was like, what? You could see his face. He was just like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, let's jump in, baby.
In the beginning,
This is the most smiling I've ever seen. Literally.
the day you threw the roll.
I have to say, I almost feel like it was worth the price of admission right there.
That legend continues to grow.
And I told you when you launched this podcast, yo, I'm changing paying the man. You know, hey, I got to go to the gym. Got to pay the man. Yo, man, it's price of admission.
I think we all nail it. It is something that all of us go through. And while it's the same for all of us, it's uniquely different for all of us too.
Losing is not an option.
When people know that they are loved, when they are cared about, they are willing to lay it all on the line for you.
Later in life, you don't notice it then. You're like, I'll do whatever. I don't care. Like,
I know what that guy's about, right?
it's keep saying yes. Conscious decision to do something hard.
Recognizing and filling the gap. And that requires some humility.
I mean, it's a greater commitment than going and getting beat up.
A cost to enter just to get out of that background was
we have to have some sort of suffering in our lives in order to become, hopefully, ideally, better people, stronger people.
Have a purpose, man. Live your dash.
My price of admission is being able to hang on to those things that have made you who you are, and come hell or high water, you know they're going to be there.
There's a couple body parts, but just my recommendation to everybody is don't quit, and always know someone out there is bigger, better, stronger. And just because you think you want it more doesn't mean that, because everyone does.
Humility. My price of admission was being humble, knowing that you're part of a bigger whole.
Competing every day, getting that first victory.
The personal accountability, that stuff comes from within.
It's free, but you got to walk through the door.
The price of admission to anything worth going to is suffering.
Your time, you have to prepare the people around you to be prepared to sacrifice.
Shutting up and doing what you need to do.
Play selfless, live selfless.
Being humiliated was another thing he said.
I think we all like to push hard on our kids naturally, based off of how we were raised.
And it's just like the ultimate drive. It's all work. You're lucky that work is enjoyable.
Let me just keep doing it and find the hardest thing possible and just keep trying for that.
Character is what matters.
If you're not feeling persecuted, then are you living how you need to be living?
You gotta have, I feel like, a healthy devotion, or you get out what you put in.
It's those times where you don't want to, and realizing what's important.
The price of admission is never lower than the first time you get to pay it. Demonstrate to the world that there is no better friend and no worse enemy than a U.S. Marine.
Show up.
I think sacrifice is absolutely 100%.
In order to really make an impact, and an impact that positively affects other people, and for an extended period of time, it's going to suck for you. It's fair.
I didn't leave any discretionary effort on the table.
And kind of the callus that you build.
Anything that I'm asking you to do that's going to hurt, just know that I'm willing to hurt that plus.
I think everyone has to find their give a damn factor.
My sole responsibility in life right now, making sure that my kids are decent human beings and contribute to society.
What did the other people around you pay? What did you all pay together? Like, who paid it with you?
And I'm like, okay, price admission to what? It's truthfulness, man. Truth.
Because I've listened to every single one of these things, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this, where I think it's a cycle, and that cycle never ends.
It's a daily struggle everywhere. Bust ass every day. If I've got $1 and you need 79 cents, I'm going to give you 79 cents. I'll worry about me later. I can go make another $1 somewhere.
With 2 days, it is tough. It's a tested survival.
My price of admission is drawing near to God. Full submission.
Be at peace with the fact that, again, sometimes your best just isn't good enough.
Some of the self-doubt that I have to tackle, it's how you respond, right?
I don't know how to answer that. Struggle, screw that struggle, because I can't change the past. Can't dwell on it.
I've decided to just move forward.
For whatever reason, you ever seen the movie The Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
You got to deal from the have to. The line's calling, you have to step up.
Keep pedaling. Find a way to get joy out of whatever is not joy.
He did it being humble, staying humble, and being open and listening.
A full week, 12 hours a day, making an impact. The part that I looked the most forward to of this whole week was this time right here. To be in the company of the caliber of people that are on this call right now, you can never grow tired of recalibrating, doubling down on certain things.
I have to echo and stand about that one.
How do I be an exporter of talent and help people reach their goals and reach their abilities they may not even know they have yet?
The phrase that comes to mind for me is find work. You may not always be in the position to contribute the way that you want to be contributing. You can always find a way to get better. You can always find a way to contribute in other ways.
Really caring about more about other people than you care about yourself.
Relationships, continuity, integrity. Integrity is probably one of the key ones. Is that they trust you. They're going to keep coming back to you, and you're going to continue building those relationships with those people.
Just doing this is
it's good for us to process.
It's just good. It's good for us to process.
I didn't know this affected me like this. I didn't know I was impacted in that way.
I don't think I've paid it yet. I don't think I've paid that price yet.
Knew you were going to ask that. And I figured it out. I think I figured it out. The answer is like nothing. I didn't pay a thing. To me, it felt like all gain.
Jackson owned your role. That's the price you got to pay.
Shedding of one's old self, being agile. I think I may have lost opportunities because I was reluctant to grow.
To me, that was like the easiest question. It's nothing and it's fucking everything. The brotherhood is so unique that it invites you in. Now, once you're in, it didn't cost anything to get in the door, but it fucking costs to stay.
Going after the hard, the things that are difficult.
So just putting in that time to learn, loving on people.
Have an open mind because there's so many things in the way that information is spread today, and it's going to continue to get faster and faster and faster. I mean, it's not slowing down.
What did you do to get better today?
Realize that you're going to have to do things other people are not willing to do if you want to have something worth having.
Years ago, I'd scribble something. I used to scribble, quotes and things that were on my mind. And writing I had called box seats. And it was like, one day that's where I want to be. I want to be in those box seats. The price of admission goes up if you want to reach higher goals in life. And that price that you want to put in, that you want to pay, it's totally up to no one but you.
Life is never going to get easier. We have to get better at handling hard things.
It only means you're settling when you stop, right? Not when this is the state I'm in and I'm moving in the direction that I need to go and measuring that. So I think the price of admission is keeping things in perspective.
That boils down to the discipline, day in and day out.
If you want to get better, you leave your pride in the door and you go fight the best and you get beat up and then you learn from it.
What are you going to do with that? But I also never considered like that blank check, like it might not be worth anything.
And just grind. Life's a grind. All the finer things in life come from a grind.
Even at my age, learn. When you quit learning, you quit. I mean, just forget it,
Start dying.
There's no excuses. Nothing in life's going to stop when you have an excuse.
One of the biggest blessings of my career, having people who are willing to hold me accountable and make me hold the line when I need to.
I think there's an earthly price of admission, and I think that there's an eternal price of admission, Tony. Price of admission is just thinking of all about the team.
We pay with loyalty. We pay with commitment. We pay with selflessness. You're capable of giving 110% every single second of your life. And that's all we ask for.
I can't, through works, earn that. He wants me to trust him. He's already won the battle.
This is such a cool question. It's the path of suffering. Coming to the end of your rope over and over and still showing up.
Dude, you're spot on. That was a reminder for me.
The price is always pain.
One, to keep on charging.
That's the price of admission.
And I was like, man, I just got to keep on digging into more people that I know.
I think that's the price.
So that's what I'm going to keep on doing. If it dies out, that's fine. If it doesn't, great.
That would be my price of admission.
I enjoy doing them because I always take something away from it. It always helps somebody else.
A state that's untouchable like Elliot Chess. It's your eardrum like a slug to your chest. Pack a face for your Jimmy in the city of sex.
Birds are flying, baby. Birds are flying.